Hi and welcome back to my final morning report chart appraisal on Monday the 30th of March with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Tech Markets. I'm going to move on to gold, and this gold chart is beginning to lose upside. You could certainly say that. Having seen this period of 7 straight days in a row of higher highs and higher lows, you've now seen a decisive move, I think, away from that. Momentum indicators across the board rolling over. Stochastics, especially the one I think could be the interesting factor there. Also, the MACD lines never really got back towards neutral, so I think we're in for some continuing correction. If this is the hourly chart, just zooming out across the course of that rally, the hourly chart that we've seen, this move now is just rolling over on all these indicators. The 55-hour moving average had been a basis of support. That's now turned over, rolled over. That's around 1200. Interestingly enough, because 1200 being, I see that as being the first line of resistance now, had been a bit of resistance there, but became supportive and is now turned over. And interesting that that rally that we saw yesterday, on Friday afternoon, failed around 1200 and rolled over. So I think 1200 is your initial line of resistance. As well, interestingly, that we've seen a breakdown of the old floor, and that old floor was back from here, 1191 figure around about there, 1190.90, and that old floor, 1190.90, had again been a bit of resistance on the way up, acted as a bit of support on Friday, and then has now been broken today after an initial test. So these supports are now beginning to break down. Now I think the confirmation of this breakdown would be, I think, on a move below the 1184 spot 85 level, which was that low that we saw on the 24th, and that would just be a yes. I think it would be confirmation that just we've seen the breakdown of that move, and that would open subsequent supports 1178, and then you'd be talking about the lows coming in around 1160. So there is a sequence of supports coming in throughout that rally that could get tested, but I think it seems to be as though this move has now rolled over. Rallies are being sold into, so I suppose you could argue that 1200 is now where you'd be looking out for if you got a rally back above, back into that sort of 1200 area would be a chance to sell, but across even the hourly moving averages as well, just zooming out, you had this configuration which was pretty positive on the RSI, consistently gaining support above 35. That's now broken down today, this morning we're back below 30, so I think you're now getting into a negative configuration, or certainly more corrective. MACD lines on the hourly chart as well, back below neutral, and yeah, I think just generally we're seeing more pressure building to the downside, so I think you'd be using any sort of rallies as a chance to sell on this gold chart now. In terms of the bulls getting back in control, I think that you got a reaction high initially around 1206 area that we saw on Friday. If you can break through Friday's high, then maybe that would be sort of re-engaging a little bit of bullish momentum, but certainly I think at the moment it looks pretty much more corrective, and certainly that would be the outlook if we started to move back below 1185. So I wish you good luck in your trading on gold today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.